Oh, you're still muted.
I hate you. I can't see.
You're unmuted now.
Thanks, thanks, asshole. Welcome everyone to Red Valkyrie.
Hey!
Yay! Hold on, wait. Gotta get party mode. Party mode. Party mode. Yeah. I'm having way too much fun with this shit. Anyway, I'm of course Shae the Red. Not that you would know.
Shae the pink.
Shae the pink, red, and teal. And don't fuck with me because apparently I have a blaster sword. Uh, I just don't want to intimidate y'all by whipping it out. So
You just mixed two weapons into one weapon. It's now a blaster sword.
It is. I like it. I don't care. Shut up. I'm here with Alex, aka asshole, also known as CY.borg Valkyrie. How are you, Alex?
I'm supposed to be shutting up. I'm
Yeah,
awesome.
you listen to me. And of course, we have a good friend of the show, Edwin Ace. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I have to say, when I first imagined the Ace, it didn't quite have your voice, but you're kind of winning me over.
Here you go. Watch this. Identical cousin.
Oh, we're basically one person.
Yes.
You ever go? You know when you go to a party and you realize that you're wearing the same outfit as someone else at the party? It's just so embarrassing.
That would have been so much funnier if I hadn't just made that joke backstage 5 minutes.
I know. I was trying to make it now so it'd be funnier for the audience. You asshole.
Aww.
You suck. What's up, Omega? Obviously, Shae. Here's the funny part. It's hot in this mask, and I keep my head itches, and I can't itch it.
Yeah, how humid is that rubber sheath you wrapped in?
Oh, I mean, my eyebrows are sticking, so I'm gonna go with pretty humid.
I'm waiting for your earbuds to short out. Wait, are they the athletic exercise model? Or?
I don't know. They're whatever cheap model I can get, but I will say these earbuds have been through hell and back, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to be okay. But Edwin literally just got off work, came over here because he wants to talk about his awesome book that is about to leave in demand. Am I right, Edwin?
It is August 31st. It is over. We're
shit.
closing down the campaign. Midnight Eastern. I'll contact Indiegogo, and it's closing time for the Ace Volume 1. So just trying to make a little push in the last couple of weeks that we have left to get people who've missed out, or we're thinking about backing it. Now's your chance.
Right. I mean, there's some really cool shit that goes on in here, and I was talking to Edwin about this. He's got a bunch of different artists that he's brought in to kind of show their version of the Ace, and as a result, they've all brought their own little flair. So apparently, the Shae flair is going to be pink L wire. I'm okay with this. And I can at least go party mode. These guys aren't going party mode. One of them's getting eaten by a shark. I mean, I at least do the party after everything, right?
Exactly. I don't think it's party time with Akula, but afterwards you can party all night.
Precisely. Before, he's like, no, this is super serious. Oh shit, things are short now. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go party mode. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I will stop doing that. I get excited. What? So let's play your trailer one more time for people who may not have seen it yet, and then we'll let you kind of go into the pitch of the Ace for anyone who's been living under a rock for the past. Gosh, how long has this been up?
Launched, I believe, last day of January. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's been a minute. It's been a little bit. So I mean, if you've been living under a rock for the past 7, 8, somewhere around there months, and you haven't heard about this, we'll let Edwin tell you. But first, we're gonna play the video because I want to play the trailer. Awesome. Oh shit. Make it small again. There we go. Little trickier than I anticipated. I really like how like epic and cinematic you made that, but I want you to kind of walk us through the story. So what exactly is the Ace all about?
Sure. So the Ace is the story of a young man by the name of David Diaz. He just turned 21 years old, and he's out of college, and he's trying to figure out what his purpose in life is. And one day he sees a shooting star crash land nearby. So he goes to find the wreckage and discovers something there that gives him the ability to transform into this armored being that he ends up calling the Ace. So that's kind of like the main pitch, and basically, the story for the first issue takes place about 6 months after he's had the armor, when Akula, this bounty hunter from the other side of the universe, shows up at his front door, literally, and wants to take the armor for himself. So they have to throw down and settle it. So
Like
that's basically.
they have a conversation over tea.
Yes.
Gets a little heated. Akula tries to eat his face off, you know, as you do over tea.
He didn't like the tea.
Mhm.
What the fuck is this chamomile, bitch? I like the kind of bright colors that you've put for yeah, I can see Johnny. Thank you very much.
She just sees wavy lines.
Like, okay, so if you see my head doing this, it's because there's like one good spot, and I just realized that this is one eye hole. The other eye hole is all the freaking way over here. For some
What the
reason.
fuck?
I don't know why, but I glanced out of it and I can see my computer over here. So like I'm like seeing like a freaking guppy or some
It's
shit.
like a fucking periscope.
It's horrible. It's also really trippy. But you know, whatever.
Did you have a few drinks before starting this stream?
Oh my gosh, if I did, I'd probably suffocate in here. I'd forget how to breathe or something. No, what I was gonna say to Ace is I really like your kind of bright color palette that you chose for his armor instead of sticking with, you know, oh, it's armor and it's metal, therefore it has to be gray, it has to be silver, it has to be black, whatever. Like you went, nah, fuck it, we're gonna go like teal and red because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, and also like, you know, I wanted to make it different from just like, you know, when people think like a robot or something, they see like the metal. Like this is something different, you know. It's kind of familiar, but you also kind of don't know what it is. So you're able to kind of play with it more. And Theo did a great job. He's the colorist. He did a tremendous job on this.
Yeah, well, and it's like up here where you see how it kind of forms around him. So it's almost, it's like closer to like a symbiote than it is like metal armor.
Yeah, and but it's also even different from that because it's not alive in the sense.
Right.
It's not a being. So
Right.
so it kind of plays with all these kind of familiar ideas, and it kind of binds them together to make it its own thing.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I like it. It's like intelligent armor, almost like maybe Tony Stark. You know, where it's like, yeah, it can open and close, but it only opens and closes at the will of the person wearing it, and all of that. I don't know. It's just a really neat concept to kind of see. Sai, shut up.
Well articulated, babe.
I hate you. You're the worst. see, I hate you so much I just lost my mouse. There it
Okay.
is. Follow it up. There we go. Okay. So is the book is completed or near completion?
The book is not only completed, but it's almost been completely fulfilled. I
Oh,
only
that's
have one package left. I'm just waiting for there's a guy who bought original art from Canales. I'm just waiting for him to get back to me, tell me what page he likes, so I can send it to him. But everything has been shipped out. Tracking numbers provided. So,
thank you for doing that.
yeah.
Like seriously, when people like a lot of people don't seem to understand. Indiegogo tries to make it easy, and they give you the ability to upload tracking numbers. I understand that it can be time consuming, especially if you have hundreds and hundreds of things to fulfill. But for people who are backing, it's helpful in tracking it before it gets here, and B, if they back a lot, it gets confusing what you've had fulfilled and what you haven't. And so being able to go back and be like, oh, tracking number, okay, I did get that one. Like it makes life so much easier. And I would say the vast majority of people don't upload those into Indiegogo. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, no, it's something I got from the Diaz brothers. We was kind of picking their brains about fulfillment and stuff. They kind of gave me that little tip, so I was like, yeah, that makes it easier. And also, like especially if there are delays with packages and stuff, you could always just send people to the tracking information, which makes
Well,
it easier.
and then you have it as well, so it's like you can go back and verify that things, you know, didn't get lost in the mail, or if they did, a lot of the time you ship with insurance, so you can actually file a claim on it because you have the tracking number. So it just makes life so much easier all around.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so what is this? This is like a little side story, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the origin for Angelique. She's going to be the main antagonist for Volume 2, which we're currently working on with Canales. So this
Nice.
just kind of gives you a little bit of her backstory, kind of sets up everything for when she's introduced in the second issue.
Very cool. And she is, of course, this one.
Yes.
That one. If you
This
didn't
one.
know.
Yes, sir. The one and only.
I'm just saying, like I really like that picture. It's a very, very
Yeah.
nice
Doodle Bags did a tremendous job on that.
Somewhat reminiscent, a little.
I really do love it. I think it's awesome. And then, so what are all of the extras that you also have going along with this?
Yep. So that image right there by Doodle Bags and colored by Passion for Drawing is actually a trading card. Everybody who backs the book gets that. You also get 4 of the 6 a.m. stickers,
Nice.
as you can see there. Six does a great job with these. These are great to have, and
They're just so cute. I love her. She looks so menacing, but like still adorable. And this is he's probably one of my favorites in this sticker pack.
yeah.
Just
So
'cause-
Six has this great ability to just turn these into these small, kind of cute,
what's
creations.
hilarious is he makes it look like he's like hand on the hip and has a gun out, and he's like, "Okay, buddy, give me the suit." Like,
Yeah, this could be like an animated kids show or something,
Right. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, and then what do we have here?
And you also got 2 prints that you get with backing. The top one there is a Kaiju Print by Jim O'Reilly. It's
Nice.
beautiful. And then the bottom one is another Angelique piece by PM and Tunes. That's kind of gray tones, kind of little.
So I feel like you told people about Angelique and how she's going to be in 2, and everyone went, "Ooh, sexy! I want to do that one."
Yes. You got to get the people what they want. So,
That's fair. That's fair. I just think it's hilarious because it's like, oh, she's going to be in book 2, but we've got her here, we've got her there, we've got her here. Like, I think that people may have spoken about what they're really enjoying, and then of course, her backstory, because why wouldn't you want to know her origin, where she went from, I don't know, I guess small innocent to va boom.
yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, how many pages do we have for this book?
So you have 3 stories, total 28 pages, and then you have I have 4 original kind of fan art ish pieces. I
Mhm.
have Hex Allen does one, Eric Ninotowski does one,
Oh,
Simon
nice.
K. Bennett has one, and Sizo King has one. So all those four guys did a piece in the back that was really cool pieces that I wanted to kind of showcase.
Oh, hell
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
That is awesome. Gosh, you just named off some of my favorite artists that we have around these parts.
yeah.
These parts like we're in the Old West.
Yeah,
I'm from the West, okay? So shut up. It was on brand.
I see.
All right, Ace. Let's. I'm just gonna call you Ace, even though you're Edwin. Whatever. Let's have you go through. I'm a mess. Okay. Do you know how hot it is in here? It's dark.
you're good. We're gonna roll with this, all right?
It's gonna be okay. We're just
We're
gonna
gonna
go with
do
all
this.
of it, Edwin, because we're brothers now. You
That's
see this?
right. See,
Twins.
brothers in armor, right there. That's how we do it.
All right, let's go through your tier.
Yeah. So
God.
we kind of stripped down some of the tiers because a lot of them were kind of limited for special time, but we still have like the Ace comic and the Mike McMahon print. Beautiful print he did. He also did original art, which thankfully we were able to sell, which is awesome. So that's $20 right there. Obviously, we have the single book for 15. We have a couple sketch cards by Big King. They're $20 each. You did one of Ace and Akula. You got the two prints for anybody who wants to double up or get together with a friend. And we also have at the bottom there some 9 more pages of original art by Canales. You know,
That's
this is very
nice.
rare. You can't really see him offer original art, and I have some. I hope people really take advantage of that because he's got some cool stuff, and I'd like to send out to people. If not, I'll buy them. So you know,
I mean, you have them listed for 125 bucks. That is the very low end of original art pages from a comic book. So if any of our guys out there, any of our collectors are in the audience, this is a great chance for you to get original artwork at a pretty damn good price.
yeah. And also, I'm doing a little kind of special because we're very close to a couple like goals that I wanted to hit.
Uh huh.
We're at 198 backers. I want to get to 200, and we're also like $60 away from 7,000. I want to get to those. So
Nice.
anybody who backs it today and kind of helps get us to those marks, I'll be throwing in this bonus 4-page ash can that's completely exclusive. It's a story I did for this digital anthology. Me and Barbusco did a little 4-page kind of background story about David, kind of giving a little more into his dad and stuff. It's a fun little story. I had a couple limited copies done, and I've kind of thrown them in here and there. I think I've only got like 5. There's only 5 out there in the wild. So anybody who kind of helps us get to these goals, I will throw in a copy of that ash can right for your backing.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, it's a
That is
very kind of
awesome.
exclusive piece. I don't know if it'll ever really be reprinted again in a physical format. So it's a cool way to get a little bonus stories, some cool art.
Absolutely. Whew. My gosh, I feel like we just blown through everything, but it's
It's been 20 minutes. Stream's over.
No, we always go at least 30. So how many books are you wanting to do in the series?
Oh man, I want to keep telling these stories, man. You know, I really like the character and the world, and like seeing people's reactions now that they've gotten the book, and they keep telling me they want me to like doing a cooler story and all this other stuff, and it's kind of like seeing that feedback just kind of drives me to kind of want to do more. Like I said, me and Canales are already like 12 pages deep into the second one. I've already got some like covers and stuff done for it, so
Oh, that's
every time I
awesome.
get like a new page assigned, it just kind of brings that excitement. And I think there's a lot of different places where I kind of want to where the story to go. I don't want it to end. I don't see like a finite end to it. So as long as hopefully people keep backing it, I'll keep doing them.
Hell yeah. So you're working on two. Is two also going to be around the same page count?
Yeah, it's gonna be a full 32. We're actually expanding the main story, so we're not gonna have any fan art in this one. It's just gonna be full 32 pages of story in this one.
Very cool. I gotta ask because I know I've asked you this before. Yep, I don't care. I'm asking again. Are you gonna do patches?
I've looked into patches. Weren't able to make it this time, but definitely for the next one, I definitely I've had some ideas. If we can get the next one up a little more, definitely
Hell
patches
yeah.
will probably be the next move.
I mean, there's so much you could do because you got his emblem, you got his helmet, you got just your logo, like all of it, just kind of.
Yeah, the idea of like that Ace logo is like a patch, I think is really dope, and then something
Oh
maybe
yeah,
with the helmet or even like a Kula's face. I had
yeah.
this I had these metal prints done, and the art there has this great image of a Kula with like his mouth open. I think that by itself would just be like a cool image to have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, I like I look at the Ace logo and all I can think of is if you ended up doing like the red in a metallic thread, so the red part of that logo just kind of glistened a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be so cool, especially
yeah,
because it's like that's like the upside down of his helmet, so
yeah.
it's like perfect. You know what I mean?
hmm Yeah, no,
Oh man.
how Comics did a great job with that.
Yeah, oh, it's a really good. It's very recognizable. That's the thing, and this is something I'm seeing more people do, which is, thankfully people are starting to kind of catch on a little bit more. But when you're doing character design, something that is easily recognizable, is where you kind of know that you've got a good character design. When things are really muddled, or like what you did, you gave the basics of the character to a bunch of different people and said run with it, and everything they produced is still very obviously Ace. That's usually the mark of a good character, or at least a designed character.
Yeah, and like all these guys that I hired, like I said, I'm a fan of them. So
Mm-hmm.
I know they're gonna do good work. So it's just a matter of just kind of letting them let
Let them
loose.
go. Sai, you got any questions? You got any points? Just why do you laugh?
I laugh because I'm like, what else can I ask about this campaign that I didn't already ask?
I'm sorry, you've spoken? I'm
Bitch.
just being honest.
You can be honest backstage. Find the button. She took off the helmet. She's looking at the keyboard and stuff so she can get her way out of the backstage hole.
Yeah, I was
That
thinking in
wasn't
my
it. I
head.
was breathing.
Okay. You're like,
I
oh
was
thank
trying to
God.
figure out how long would you keep it for the stream. I was like, can you make
I
it?
know.
I will. I'm not taking it off.
Oh, there
I
you go.
told
I
her she
like
was
it.
going to be like 5 minutes, and then the thing was coming off, and she
Yeah,
was going to be
bitch.
like all wet faced.
I mean that is true. When this comes off, it's going to be nasty. Hey, we can auction off the helmet.
Noise.
Yeah, I don't. Well, actually, no, that's not true because when I auction off other things, Wise Guys is like, maybe some of your hair will be stuck in it, and I was like, I
Ew.
double check, like, no DNA. Go with a wipe in the inside, no DNA.
That's gross, dude.
I think he said it just to freak me out.
Oh,
All right,
it
so
freaked me out. Jesus.
This is fulfilling like instantly, isn't it?
Yep. Like I said, I just finished sending the last couple of packages out last week. Probably would have done it before, but actually had to get more supplies because actually ended up kind of going through everything a little quicker than I imagined. So that delayed me like a week. So yeah, I'm happy I was able to get everything out for July. Even the like new stuff that I had put on for different trading sketch cards and stuff that I put like September fulfillment. Actually was able to just send everything out at the same time. So like I said, I just have one package that's outstanding and that's it.
Well, and that's not even due to that's just due to the customer having to get back to you, which is you can't get mad about something being delayed if it's delayed because we're waiting on a response from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got like 3 more weeks or so before you can't get the ace again. You're gonna have to wait until, I'm assuming in the second campaign you're probably gonna do a reprint of the first book for everyone who missed out.
Yeah, but honestly, this might be the last chance to even get this cover. I'm not sure that I'll
Ooh.
offer the Donald cover again. I might just do a second printing with a different cover. I
Oh,
like doing
so
exclusive kind of promotions and stuff. Like I've offered posters and stuff, but it's only
mhm.
for a limited time. I'm not one of those people that tells you, "Oh, I'm gonna do it for a limited time," and then extends it 3 more months. Like no,
Right.
and I tell you limited time, it's limited time. Sorry, you know.
Yeah.
So
No, that's understandable, and I actually like that because then it feels like when you were a backer of the first campaign, like you get to feel like you have that little bit of like special history with the stories. But if you back on the second, you don't have to miss out. Like you could still get it. You just are gonna have like the second edition cover as opposed to the first printing.
yeah, and also like I like the idea of these people are putting down money for like a first time creator. They're backing something that they don't know what it's gonna be. So like if I can throw in a little exclusive, like I said, we did the metal prints and however many we sold, like that's it. Like those are the ones. I think I had like two extras just in case I have to like resend it. But that's
Mm-hmm.
it. Like those metal prints, they won't be done for a new campaign. If I do metal prints, it'll be with different art, not that art. So that's a collectible for whatever it's worth. At least it's something exclusive that nobody else will have except the people who back that. So
Absolutely. Well, and I think that that's one of the things that makes it kind of special because these books are at a premium as far as the price point simply by the nature of having to do crowdfunding. Um, you can't you can't do them for $2 or $3. You got to do them for a little bit more than that, quite a bit more than that, in order for you to be able to put out the product that you want to put out. But I like that you're focused on trying to give people that experience where they get to feel that kind of exclusivity with your product. I think it's awesome.
yeah, just something I've learned from a bunch of the guys that I hang out with, and we kind of bounce stuff off each other, so stuff. So I think kind of helps kind of make our campaigns better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and the networking is a huge part of it. So, do you have anything other than the Ace that you're going to be planning on working on, or is it just going to be straight the Ace from now until people stop buying it?
Oh no, I got something I can't really announce because not for anything, but just like it's not official, so I don't want to like be talking and be like, oh, you know. But there's something cool that's coming up that hopefully I'll be able to announce. And I am working on another story for this character called Bloodbone.
Okay.
Uh, I've done some work with Donald on it. It's kind of in the background as I kind of, I don't want to put too much on my plate and stuff
Hmm.
as but I've had some pages in and some story ideas. And hopefully, in the not too distant future, that's something that I'll put out. It's like a fun kind of, he's like a mix between like Punisher and Bane. He's just like this jacked badass like vigilante who just like destroys criminals and is trying to clean up his town
That's
from
awesome.
like all these like villains that have taken over it. So it's just like a fun kind of completely kind of different from like the Ace and just something I've been having fun with. So like I said, it was kind of like on the back burner, but I do have like pages for it and stuff, and Donald seems to having fun with it. So hopefully, as our schedules kind of lighten up, we'll be able to do more of that as the year
Yeah.
goes on.
See, and that's really cool. We actually just had earlier Tales from the Classroom um, on for the Cthulhu Files, which is an anthology that's outside of the main story of Tales from the Classroom. But he did it in a really cool way because he did it to be like, hey, if you haven't read before, here's kind of an intro into the world and some of the characters, and you get it in smaller snippets. And he got to play with other artists doing various stories and stuff like that. But it's also helping drum up interest for when he does Tales from the Classroom 2. And I really like that idea of if you know that you're going to have a bit of a gap between the first and the second book just because scheduling and budgeting and whatever, being able to do something that is a little less like intensive, where you can kind of spread the workload out a little and maybe save a little bit of money and still kind of have something that's tied to your universe in some way. I think it's a really smart way to go about it. And so I'm excited to hear that more people are doing kind of side stories that aren't necessarily a main focus, but still have the same characters.
Yeah, and it's also good to kind of get out of like the headspace, you know, as much as I enjoy working on it. I have, especially the first book, I mean, I've been working on that for several years now. So, you know, when I have something else I can kind of unwind on, it kind of, I think it helps my overall kind of writing and just kind of keeps me sharp without having to just focus on that one thing.
Well, and it'll keep from anything that you're doing with the ace from just getting really stale and redundant, because you're able to kind of not lose interest, I guess. Like you're branching out and doing other things that are still related to your IP, so they still help your IP. It's not like abandoning and doing 2 or 3 or 4 different projects and then trying to juggle all those different worlds together. But without you having to write like, and then he goes and fights this guy and then he wins, and then he goes and fights this other guy and then he wins there too, but it was close, but he still wins. Like after a while that's going to get difficult to write without it being really dull and really formulaic, and when you don't have fun writing, your audience can tell. It shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, well, I hate to cut it so short, but I just
need
I
to
don't
breathe.
even know what else we could say.
No, I think it's good. We kind of touched on everything we needed to hit. You know, hopefully,
Absolutely.
like I said, the offer for the bonus ash can stands until we kind of cross 200 backers and 7,000. So anybody who does back and help us get there, like I said, I have like another 5 copies left, so that should be enough to kind of get us to those mark. You know, like I'll follow the backers and I'll throw that in your. Like I said, that's going to be part of this digital anthology. It's how Simon's putting it out. Probably in the next couple of months with a bunch of other creators. And I just felt like doing that little kind of short story for it. And then, like I said, I printed out some copies, and I think it's a fun little story that kind of gives you a little more background on David. It kind of touches on some things that aren't in the book, so it does give you some bonus material. So.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. So if you haven't backed the Ace, you only have until the end of the month. On the 31st, it is going to go away from Indiegogo, pending however long Indiegogo decides to actually take it down, because, you know, they love to be like, it's the last day. We'll get to it in 5 days. And you're like, whatever, man.
Or you contact them 3 days in advance. Hey, I'd like to take this off midnight on the 31st. They're like, okay, it's down.
You're like, that wasn't what I meant. You're a jerk. So the 31st, Ace is hitting the button to get rid of it off of In Demand, and it will drop at some point after that. So don't wait till the very end. Let's get him over 7K. Let's get him over the 200 backers, because it's a great looking project, and you know Ace has really been working hard on this. Edwin, if you prefer, but whatever, he's been working very hard on this to try and make something that you guys are going to enjoy. So definitely get in on it while it is still there. I want to thank Alex for all of the help, because, you know, I'm essentially flying blind here.
I do nothing.
You have to do all the things. What's up, Matt? Thank you, Matt.
Hi, M. At.
I hit a space. Come on. That's a pretty decent typing job, you ass.
It was awesome.
So mean.
You did awesome.
I hate you. Edwin, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm glad that we could get you back on. I look forward to seeing what else you have that comes out.
Thanks for having me in the sauna. It's always fun.
Up your armored sleeve, yeah.
Up your armored sleeve.
I'm sorry, your blaster sword.
Yes.
Blaster gun.
I like blaster sword. Whatever.
Thank you all for coming, everyone. Have a great evening.
Have a great night.
Peace.